Hello, hello. Yeah, we're waiting for the others to join, then we'll start. Can you say something to confirm that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. We are waiting. Okay. We're waiting for the other speaker to join. She joined and she left. So once she joins, we'll get started. Frau Hera, are we gonna be seeing you?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Are we gonna be seeing you? Your face?
Can you see me?
Yes,
Oh, okay, I can't see myself.
I can see you. So, while we are waiting for the other person, can we get to meet you? Can you hear us well?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just not in a good place to get to. I'll be leaving yesterday. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so my number is Edra. I just finished from the University of Value, and unfortunately, I'm not a first class graduate.
Okay.
What else? I have my B1 certificate already, and I am currently the Deutsch level, the Deutsch German PPR.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. Frau Juliet, can we see you? Frau Juliet.
Hi, hi.
Hello. Our host is here. I'm trying to see if Frau Juliet is on already.
Okay.
Frau Juliet, if you are.
So I don't know. Can you see my face?
Yes, we can see your face. But the portrait is
Okay.
kind of slanted.
Slanted. I
Yeah,
wish I can
it's
see it. So I don't know
crooked.
what it looks like. I don't know.
Okay. Frau Juliet, can you hear us well? And can you see something? Since you're muted, Frau Juliet, you're muted. Still muted.
Okay.
Okay. You can say something now. I think we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening. Can you tell us a bit about yourself before we get started?
But you can't see me.
We can
Or
see you. We
is
can
it
see
okay
you.
like that?
We can see it's perfect like this.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eze Juliet Chinaza, a graduate from University of Nigeria and Nsukka. I studied German major.
Okay. Thank you very much for that introduction. So, without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to Frau Mary Jane to get the session started.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Mary Jane Ede. So I'll be hosting today's webinar. So it's so nice to have you guys here. We hope to learn a great deal from your experience as German graduates. So I missed your introduction. So Juliet, it's like I know you. I know you,
Yeah.
Juliet. From UNN.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I know you. Okay. Hera, can I call you Hera? Oh, please, what is your name?
My name is Stella or Vera. Anyone is fine. Did you hear me?
Okay. I guess I'll go by Hera. Yes, I can. I can hear you. I heard you. Okay.
All right.
So I'll go by Hera and Celeste. Okay. So thank you guys for honoring us today and being here. So we will get started immediately. So hello to our two shower. So I also like to let you guys know that if you have any question that you want to ask the speakers, you can drop them in the comment section. And if you have anybody you want her to answer your question specifically, you can also tag the person to your question. So, all right, so we are going to start. And here we have about 10 questions we are going to attend to today. So I hope you guys are ready to give us your full gist, your full experience, and all that. All right, so the first question is, when the German stop being just a course and starts feeling like a part of your identity or future? So, Hera, can you go first and tell us about that?
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so good. Initially, I just started German as because I just wanted to do it because I couldn't go for the Chinese that I originally wanted to go for. So I just had to like push myself to do German. And this is the closest thing to Chinese in Nigeria, as far as the language. But eventually, after seeing the opportunities that were attached to learning German, it was a lot. And I fortunately got a scholarship that I had to represent my university in another African country. This opportunity kind of like sparked my interest in German, and that was when I knew that okay, this is something I have to take seriously to do with all my.
Interesting. so like now, how has it become part of your identity? Like, can you come out there and say, German is part of me? Like, I love German, it's part of me already. Like, has it really like affected your daily activity? For instance, when you want to speak and then you see yourself saying that in German, don't even know the English meaning or what you want to say again, but you know it in German. Has it ever happened?
Yes,
It does.
Yes, it happens to me all the time. I get people talking to me, like people keep asking me, are you Nigerian? Because sometimes I'm already talking in German and I don't consciously know that I'm already talking in German. Yes. So yes, German is already a part of me.
Okay. All right. So like Miss Sarah said, opportunity made her to apply for German, to study German, even though she wanted Chinese. So opportunity, so you know, opportunities, there are many opportunities with German language, which she has said. I believe you'll be sharing that with us anyways.
Yeah,
from German and all that. Okay. So I also say that German has already become part of our days because unconsciously she can just say it in German. People be asking her, are you a German? The way she thinks or talk. Okay. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so Miss Juliet, can we hear from you?
Okay, thank you so much. Well, for me, German was a course to me like during my when I was about to take my jam. I always see it as a course because initially it wasn't what I wanted to choose, but a teacher of my secondary school teacher made me like choose the course. So, but for me, after the year abroad went to, after spending so much money on it, I was like, God, I need to take this serious. I need to make it part of me because I can't just waste like after spending so much money on it, and I'll come back without taking it in the home. Like I don't know, it's not going to work. So from that very day that we are asked to pay such huge amount of money, I was like, God, I need to make this course part of me. Like I need to learn it very, very well. So that was where my decision changed.
Okay, that's interesting. It seems like this German course was not really was not really their first choice. Like they just signed to enter and then started studying it. And then you got to like it, right? You like the fact that you're studying German.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. And I love the fact that it's people that motivated you to come into, and you saw that, yeah, there's a lot in this German. I've wasted a lot of money, a lot of resources. I have to be serious. I have to make it part of me. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so moving on to the next one. The next question here says, which study strategy or habit gave you the biggest return on efforts, and which one was waste of time? So, Juliet, can you come first? Did you get the
Okay.
question?
The study strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, I believe like reading ahead of classes. Like no, not ahead of classes. Like after classes, going through my books because I'm a kind of person that I don't know how to cram. So if I should wait till maybe close to exam or a day to exam to start reading, I will end up wasting my time because I won't get anything and I will not understand. So I
Yeah.
think reading to understand helps me the most. And I don't like missing classes.
Okay.
So once I attend classes and go home to look at it, I tend to like gain more insight or maybe retain some things that were said by the teachers. So to me, reading immediately after class or when I get to it helps me than waiting to the end of maybe during the exam, close to exam to read. No, I don't get anything there.
Okay, that's it. Okay, if I heard you correctly, it's is this you reading during the exam time part of the strategies you are going to remove? Like, would you recommend it to someone to use? Like, what strategies would you say? Don't do this. It's not good for your exam preparation. Don't do this. It's not. It's going to disturb you. It's going to affect you. What would you say? Like, we have people like to read overnight. Yeah, people cram. Would you say
Yeah.
cramming is bad in general?
I would say it's bad, but if you're not good in it, because when you cram, like you read word by word, so in a situation whereby you forget a word or a word skips to your mind, like to complete it will be hard. And we
Yeah.
all are we are different individuals. So what work for me may not be what will work for you. So to me, I don't know. I recommend what works for each person. They should go with it. I can't say cramming is bad
Oh,
because there are persons that they can't do without cramming. But for me, I can't cram because if I cram, I tend to forget. And if I miss a word, mhm, it's gone for me. I can't remember
it's over.
anything again. It's over.
Okay. 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 So according to Miss Julia, she said she likes reading after lectures and she likes taking her time to read so that it will enter her head very well. So yeah, I think that's a good strategy as well. Read with a slow pace. Don't be in a haste to read, yeah. And she wouldn't
Yeah.
condemn cramming, but do what works for you, right? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Do what
Yeah, that's a pleasant idea. All right, thank you, Juliet. So, Miss Sarah,
Yeah.
so do I need to read the question to you again? Did you get it?
I could you read this one more time, please?
Okay, I will. So the question says, which strategy or habits gave you the biggest return on effort, and which one was a waste of time?
Okay. So in this aspect, I would like to see myself as the direct opposite of Frau Juliet.
Interesting,
Okay.
different human being.
Yes, I've
Okay.
become completely direct opposite of Frau Juliet. So, how did it? Which one helped me the most was soaking myself in German content. I started thinking like a German. So each time I soaked myself into German movies, German music, and I started studying. I studied how German people act. So each morning I try to make sure that I think and do things the way a German would do it. So, and I feel like this was what helped me the most because at some point I didn't have to struggle remembering some sentences in German, or I didn't have to struggle with so many things because I was already thinking like a German.
Yeah.
The songs were always in my head. The movies, phrases that I liked were always in my head. So this one helps me the most. And I'm not the type to study before exams, unfortunately, from Julius. If it is not 2 weeks before the exam, it won't stay in my head.
Okay.
So I can only read 2 weeks before the exam, and that's when the only thing. If I read before the exam, I'm just wasting my time. I'm not going to lie. So,
Yeah.
like Frau Juliet said, we're all different. So things work differently for us.
Okay. Apart from what you do, apart from what you do you personally,
Yeah.
like what would you recommend for somebody to do? Like what strategy would you recommend for someone
Well,
to follow up? Yeah.
I I would advise that as a German enthusiast, you should inculcate German lifestyle. Sorry, German content into your lifestyle. Movies, songs, podcasts, shows. Watch them consecutively. What you don't understand, try to learn them and make like lots and lots of examples. I could use one word to make like 50 examples.
Hmm.
So that helps me a lot. One word that I'm learning, a new word I learn, I could make like 50 examples from it.
Example
So
from it.
there's no way you want to say that word that I'm not going to understand it.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
also when you consume content, when you listen to music, your expression, your speaking is very, very good. It gets better. And you start pronouncing some things that a regular Nigerian German speaker would be able to pronounce.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I think I like this idea as well. Engaging yourself in German content. Yeah. So Miss Sarah has a point. Engaging yourself in German content, listening to podcasts, yeah, trying to think in German way, doing things the way they do. Yeah, it helps a lot. It really helps a lot. I think that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Okay. So up to the next question. So Hera, you'll be the next one. So you'll be the first to give your answer to the question. Okay. The third question is how did your relationship with mistakes change as your German improved? How did your relationship with mistakes change as your German improved? So how were you able
Okay,
to mm,
Okay, so it
yeah,
is normal that while learning something, it's normal to make mistakes. And yet, I
yeah,
was a perfectionist, so I never wanted to make mistakes. And when I made mistakes, I it's always like for example, if my German was already getting better, it brought my confidence back to zero. And that means that I would give up on myself entirely. Then at some point, I just had to sit back and I realized that these mistakes are actually meant to be made. I wasn't born in Germany, I'm not a native German. So why do I want to speak German perfectly as somebody living in Nigeria? So now, I still make mistakes, even with
yeah,
how much I've learned in German, I still make mistakes. So now I've learned to accept my mistake. I see them as a means of growth. When you make
yeah,
mistakes, you can
part of
easily
you.
correct yourself and you will grow definitely. If you don't make mistakes, then that means you're not trying. And
Yeah,
trying is
yeah.
what makes you better.
Okay. Yeah. You have a point, a very, very genuine point. Mistake is part of us. So we must learn how to accept mistake. Yeah. Mistake we make is what makes us better and pushes us forward. So thank you, Miss Sarah. So Miss Juliet, what would you say about that?
Okay, thank you so much. But for me, I think what like my biggest challenge was fear. Like
Yeah.
she said, fear to make mistakes, fear of being laughed at when I speak. So I was being so scared of saying what I'm not sure of. To avoid people close to me laughing like or people that knows the language very well laughing at me. So
Yeah.
even if at some points, even if I know some things, like I'll keep quiet without saying it out because I'll be like, am I sure it's correct or that's the right way to say it or not? So it really killed me a lot. But a friend of mine was like, if I don't make mistakes, that I will not learn. That I should just say it any way it comes to my mind. That I may
Okay.
be right or wrong. That if I should make a mistake, there are people around me who knows it better than I do will correct me. But when I don't say anything, that they'll feel like I knows it all. So I from then I said even if it's rubbish, I'll just say it like that. People that will laugh will laugh, people that will correct me will correct me. So from there I started trying my best. I'm not like enough now, I'm not perfect. And I'm still a bit of scared to speak the wrong thing, especially now that like I'm a graduate in it. So but I still say it out so that in case there's any need for any need for correction, people will correct me because I can actually know it all. Like, thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's a very beautiful experience anyway. Because fear is one thing that kills the soul. Yeah. So from what she said, fear kills the soul. Fear kills courage, confidence. So I think she made a very valid point. Even though you make a mistake, go with it. Like let them laugh. You get let them laugh. Go with it. If there's any room for correction, let it be corrected. Nobody is beyond perfect. Nobody's even perfect, not talk of being beyond perfect. Yeah, even them that laughs might be making their own mistakes. So
Yes,
it's normal, part of us mistakes, and the progress was actually good. Your progress to not making mistake or much mistakes, yeah, that's motivating anyways. So okay, thank you for that. Is what role did peers, mentors, or community play in your progress? Or did you lack it? Did you lack any mentor, peers, all those encouragements from your peers, your mentor, and everything? So if you did get any encouragement from them, what role did you play? And if you did not, she made quite yeah. Okay. Okay, so Miss Juliet.
okay. Well, for me, I was encouraged by so many persons, as well being discouraged by so many persons, because
Mm,
especially in this Nigeria, and to some, let's say, non-learned people, when they come out and be like, and they will ask, what are you studying? And I will say German language. It will be like, how will you go to school, pay a huge amount of money just to study language? So you imagine those kind of people discouraging you each time, like it will make you not like it will make you to feel less of yourself, like you are wasting your time in the university. But some people around, like I have a classmate of mine, she keeps on encouraging me every day by day that if some lecturers can get to where they are, that I also can do it.
you can do
I
there.
just
Yeah.
step, just a step after another. That what I need is like encouraging myself, telling myself either that yes, I can do it. I'm working towards it. So and I also got encouraged by one of my lecturers that like she's very, very sweet to me. She was very, very sweet to me. Like other persons can make a mistake, but each time I make a mistake, like she doesn't take it easy with me. So she always wanted me to be perfect in my speaking, in my reading, in my listening. So she really played a huge role in me learning German, and I appreciate her for that. Thank you.
Mm. So I think we're going to do a big shout out to this mentor, your friend. Because they played a very big role. It's not actually
Yeah.
easy to have people that encourage you. Seriously, it's not actually easy to have them. Like if you have them, you feel like the richest person because you need it a lot. As well in this German journey, you need encouragement. You need you can't stop. You need to keep going.
It will make you feel like you're wasting your time, like you don't know what to do with your life. They'll be
Like
like,
you'll be
what
asked
happened
the
to
whole four
nursing?
years, you'll be
What happened
asking.
to engineering? What happened to law? What happened to forgetting that if everybody is an engineer and a nurse or a doctor, what will other people do? The world will go boring. So
That's a,
everybody should have
that's a
intention.
valid question. That's that's a valid question. Okay. All right. Shout out to those people. They really played a very big role in your life. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Juliet. Okay, so Miss Hera,
Yeah.
yeah, the bill done.
Okay. Um. The question was if I had any family, right? Let me repeat it.
Yeah, yeah. If you had mentors, friends, or
Peers,
peers, what role did they
mentors,
play? Yeah, yeah.
or
In
community.
you getting better
Okay,
in
so
Ghanaian.
I must confess I was surrounded by the most lovely German community. Like I am nothing without them. Everybody,
Wow.
from my lecturers to my HODs, to my I don't know, everybody played an important role in my life. Initially, it wasn't easy. My 100 level to level, I was a little bit of a lone wolf. I would rather do something myself. So I never accepted help from people. But then I wasn't getting better with German. I just had to tell myself, you can't do this alone. There are some things that you can't stand alone. I need
Yeah.
people to support me. And the moment I started accepting help, I got help from every corner possible from my lecturers, everybody sweet to me, nice to me, wanting me to get better. Seniors in 400 level that would always try to make me get better in my German. And then I also had like this master student that was always coaching me. I have friends, seniors that had already traveled outside Nigeria and still call me once in a while to just know how my German is going, where I need help. So everybody is very, very nice to me. And I am nothing without any of them.
Oh,
I'm a shout out to everybody in my life so far
I big
that
shout
is in the
out to
German
them.
community. Yes.
Wow. That's pretty. That's beautiful. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah,
So
Bishop.
just do you have any question? I'm referring to our social. If you have any question you want to ask, please do it to write them down in the comment section, and then we'll look at them at the end of the section. So thank you. If you also want anybody to answer your question specifically, just tag the person's name under. We have Miss Juliet and Miss Hera, so you can put down their name there. Okay, so the next question. Um, how did German influence the way you think, study, or approach problems in general? An interesting question, though. How did German
Um.
influence, yeah, the way you think,
Okay.
study,
Um.
approach problems?
So I'm not going to say before learning German, but I think it's just the normal African Nigerian things to do to always be lax about so many things, never taking things seriously until it is almost reaching the deadline or something. There's what we call African time,
African time, yeah.
and I used to practice it a whole lot. Until I got to the German department in the University of Ibadan, and they told me that there's nothing like coming late to class. There's so many things you must not be late. There are so many things that you have to follow just to be a proper human. And then I realized that being a Nigerian, I've probably been used to so many things that were spoiling I don't know, spoiling me, spoiling the society. But learning
Mm.
German, I've seen that life you have to be very serious with life. I don't know, maybe I'm becoming too serious. I don't want to be, but I'm beginning to see things like in German. I'm always very early I'm very punctual. I try as much as possible to be punctual. And
Yeah.
what else? I think this is not something to be proud about. But I assimilated the German splitting the bills on the date thing. It's not something to be proud about.
Okay. Okay. I think it really got to you.
Yes, I think I need to limit how much content I consume. I think I need to.
But you wouldn't say it's totally bad because, well, assimilating yourself into their culture is only part of it. In case you have the intention of going there to live, you won't be surprised at what they are
Yes,
doing.
I
They
don't think
even
I will have
ask
any
what
culture
culture
shock
shows.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think it's interesting, but I don't know why I think it's bad, but anyways, it's
I
what
know
it
because
is.
I can't tell my mom that I'll split the bill on my first date with a guy. She's going to skin me alive.
I can imagine. Well, it's a culture, it's a way of life. Okay, and it's not weird that you are getting used to it because you are learning these people's culture. So I think it's quite normal for somebody who that's missing some of that culture. Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So, Miss Juliet, what do you have to say?
Yes. Okay, well, for me, yeah, it hasn't been easy to because me entering the university to study German, I just had in mind like it's just about speaking and reading. But when I got there, I saw like I met a different thing entirely. Like
Mm,
like she said earlier, you don't go late to classes because my lecturers they are very very strict.
mm,
Sometimes you go to class a minute past the time, I have to stay outside, and you don't just behave anyhow in class. You have to pay attention, listen, answer questions. And my department, some lecturers are just like some comfort lines we have to prepare by ourselves. So imagine when in like out of 9 courses, like 7 courses, you prepare each of them yourself, the course outlines. You know that you are not
mm,
there to play. So I went there like I was boss, they were something like that. So and two, it's like it's not about just the speaking and writing or listening. You have to do so many things. You have to know about the cultures. You have to know about their traditions and so many things. So, like in German, that is where like I saw that there are many places there. It's all like their cultures is full of racism. And when I even look around the people in my department, I see that yes, it's affecting us because when you see yourself speaking more than a language or any language that someone can speak, you see yourself at the top and the other persons, like you see them, like you just look at them, they are lesser than you. So
mm.
with the German language, I was able to know that in everything I'm doing, I have to be punctual. Also learned that I have to be like accommodate other people around me in order to grow. And I also learned that we need to be patient and hardworking to achieve what we want. Because
Okay.
the German study goes beyond what we study in class.
Yeah.
If you just focus your mind on school activities alone, what is being taught in class, you won't learn anything. You have to go beyond that. Go look for apps like to learn a lot from it in order to make you who you want to be. I
All
know.
right. Okay. That is very motivating, actually. It is very, very motivating. Like Miss Juliet said that but she believes that it has to be beyond just language. You don't just learn to speak and talk. When she was entering the university, she thought it was just to go and speak German, learn the grammar and all that. But once she got into the university, she realized that there was more to do than just speaking the language. You need more people around you, you need to integrate, you need to learn, you need to be part of the German culture. So yeah, that is actually thing that everybody that is doing German or studying German should have that concept in mind. You need to be part of the German, not just speaking it. Not letting the German pass through you, but you don't let yourself pass through the German, but let the German pass through you and to be part of it. Yeah, that's good. So we'll go into the next question, which is what was there a moment you almost quit German? What made you stay? So Miss Juliet.
Okay. Yes, for me, yes. especially during the year abroad. I almost quit, considering the money, because first of all, I was like, how are we going to pay such a huge amount of money just for a section that other departments can use to pay for like throughout the 4 years of their course? So I wanted to quit, but
Okay.
of my parents, they encouraged me with the help of so many lecturers there also. They encouraged me that I can do it. So the encouragement made me to stay. And during my first year, what they realized, the language was just flying. When you imagine when you get to class and teachers will speak, they will keep on speaking German. And some funny part of it is that like a lecturer will come pronounce something like in her own way, another will pronounce a different way, the other will pronounce a different way. So most times I'll be confused on which one to follow. And when you search it online, the online translator or the dictionary will give you a different pronunciation. So I was like, is this what I'm going to face? Like, how am I going to cope with this? How will I know the right words? So all those things, it was very challenging. But when I look at the people that have gone through it, I was like, if they survive, that means too, I will survive. So by the encouragement from people and my parents,
So,
made me.
yeah, okay. So, in that aspect of pronunciation, how were you able to like to overcome it and know which one to pronounce right, who to follow, and who not to follow?
Where I started
Did you
like,
get the question?
oh okay, then I'll be like, yes, I got it. But for me, in order to know the right one to choose or to pronounce, I started like, if a lecturer should come and pronounce a word, another lecturer pronounce, then I will compare and construct from them. Then I will choose from the maybe the highest like lecturers that from the words they pronounce. Then like if there are three lecturers and two pronounce the same and one pronounce differently, I'll be like, let me go with the two that I think they are correct. And also check my phone to know and to check the
Okay,
correction.
that's a beautiful strategy. Okay, that's a good strategy. All right, thank you, Miss Judith. So, Miss Ella, can I hear from you?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, was there any moment you ever wanted to pick German, and what made you stay?
Okay, so initially when I wanted to pick German, it was in 100 level. In fact, there were several times I wanted to pick German. But my first one was in 100 level, where my best friend, who was also my mentor and my tutor, traveled to the US. And I was just left alone stranded. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what else to study. It felt like I'd been relying on him all along. I just stopped reading. I stopped reading. I stopped paying attention. I just in my head I just logged out of German. That was when I quit. But then what made me keep going was when I discussed with a lecturer. I told him how I felt. He genuinely cared about how what was going on because he knew that my whole enthusiasm, my whole drive about German had already like reduced drastically. So he wanted to know what was going on. So I explained everything to him and he advised me and he created some time from his own busy schedule to like lecture me and teach me a little bit of German in his free time. So that when I saw the effort he was putting in, I didn't want it to be a waste. So I had no choice than to like just focus on German again, and that was how I go back on track.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I think a lot of people, from what you guys said, first year was actually actually a big hit for you guys. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's the most fragile moment. You don't even know if you wanted it or not. So I think
Yeah.
that would really affect people. In fact. Okay, but since you guys were able to overcome it from what you said, I think everybody here watching us now that is going through the same situation can actually overcome whatever issues they are facing. So, all right, that's good. So we'll go into the next question. Okay, how did you balance German with other academic pressures or life responsibilities, Sarah?
That will be answered by me, yeah? Okay. How do I balance German? Genuinely, while I was in the university, I was juggling my German language with like two other businesses. And it was not easy for me, I'm not going to lie. Because before I entered school, I already started learning a trade and I put it to use immediately I entered school. And I'm a very, very ambitious person. Like my mouth is very, very big. So I want to get the biggest things. I want to get the most out of it. So I was already chasing like university contracts. So I was doing contracts for different faculties, I was doing contracts for different departments. And it was choking me, I'm not going to lie. It's affected my German learning because I was just chasing money at that point, which I was getting. But then I had to sit myself back and I told myself, because this is the kind of person I am, I don't know how to balance things. If I'm focusing on books, I can't focus on my social life. I lose out on so many other things. But then I have to gradually learn to check myself regularly. Okay, Stella, are you doing too much of these things? When last did you reach? When last did you study? So I made a timetable for myself that okay, you must at least do something German 2 hours a day, and that was what I followed. So I noticed that before I was gradually slipping out of my old German world, but after I dedicated 2 hours a day to just either listening to German music or watching German content or reading something in German, it could be a short story book. I gradually learned to balance things and I started thinking in German again, like I mentioned initially. So it is just making sure to check yourself regularly to make sure there is no imbalance, and if there is an imbalance, work on it immediately.
Okay, yeah, I think that's very motivating actually. Because chasing money, you need money to German to do German. You really need money to do German. You can't just come and be doing German without money. So yeah, I think I understand your perspective on this. But like you said, you really need to balance the whole thing up and make sure no side is really affected badly. Okay, thank you, Miss Hera. So Miss Juliet, what do you have to say?
Okay. Well, for me, balancing it wasn't that easy, especially when you have other courses to face in first year and
Mm,
second year, where you have like GS general courses, computer science. Then I'll be like, imagine you are studying language and you are offering GSP, CEDA and all those things. And they'll be like those GS courses, they're external courses, and you must not fail because the writing is very, very difficult. Attending the classes, buying workbook again, filling it back is very, very hard. So, but for me, all I did was giving attention to all of them. I didn't like neglect this to take this because I can't actually in university, you can't actually go with one without going without the other because you can't graduate if you don't pass all. So I gave attention to all of them. If
yeah.
if there's assignment or if there's any like I studied all of them. I created a timetable for myself. I studied all of them to make sure that I passed through all of them. So for my German, I choose some friends who I speak with always, and
Mhm.
also have a Duolingo app where I learn. Though this Duolingo of a thing, especially if you're already in the course, it's a bit slower. Like
Mm.
it seems like it's taking you backwards each day. But I keep, no matter what, even if I keep learning those words again and again, I make sure that I don't forget it. At least in a day, let me I visit it. I visit the app then for like 30 minutes or so to make sure
Mm.
that I don't miss any on it. So for me, balancing you have to take all the courses together. And in school, I didn't do more any business though, sha. So doing business was no. So
Out of me.
I
Okay, so your main challenges was just the German courses and the non-German courses. Putting them together. Yeah, it's like two different things fighting each other, and you need both of them because it's English, it's German, you need
both
to.
of them.
Sometimes you'll be wondering why are we even doing English courses and we are doing German? So I guess something like that I can understand actually. Alright, so it's good we're able to combine them very well. Okay, so that will take us to the next question, which is what opportunities did you not take advantage of, and what would you do differently now? Like if you had opportunities and you couldn't take it up, so what would you do now if such opportunity should come again? Or what you did but you had to do it differently, like you wish you hadn't done it that way. You have to do it differently now. What would that be?
Okay. The opportunity I got that I didn't take seriously then was the onset text. Then it came in my like part of me was go and write it. The other part was leave it because most of my classmates that are very very I see them that they are very very intelligent. They took it maybe a year before I took it. So most of them missed it. I was like, if they should miss it, if they can miss it, what am I now going there to do? So I didn't take it seriously. But
You
my
still have to be
lecturer was
allowed
like,
to.
yeah, my lecturer was like, I should go and take it. I prepared myself like as if I was going to experience like normal school exam that I do like in school, not knowing that it will hit me differently. Yes, because what I saw there, I know that I was praying and they were serious. So I missed the opportunity to go, but I think that if I should get any opportunity again, I'll grab it very, very well. That's always been that is the only opportunity that I've taken, and unfortunately I missed it.
Okay. Okay. So apart from the exams that you couldn't write, was there any other maybe strategy that maybe could have worked for you in university but you didn't take it up? You didn't look at it up until now you realize that oh it's important if I had done this way, it would have been different for me and all that. So was there any?
Mm, I can't really say. I think no.
Okay. So only you did everything right the way you wanted it to be. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, Miss Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you see are the opportunities you couldn't take advantage of when you were in uni, and how would you do things differently now?
Um. Okay. So I think the only opportunities a little bit tied to what Frau Julius mentioned. It was the initial onset that we first did in my university. I I was quite busy and I was a little bit serious then. So even when everybody was applying for the onset, I didn't want to do it. I just told myself there was no point doing it. I didn't want to do it, and I didn't do it. Then the second one, when I finally decided, oh, let me do it, and I didn't get it. I actually failed it. And this was when my friends had the opportunity to like go to Germany, and it was really really painful. I just really regretted not taking it serious. And the third time, I decided to take it serious. So I wish I had taken it a little bit more serious, probably because it was a new concepts in the university. Maybe that's why. But I wish I had just taken it a little bit more serious. I'd have probably gone to Germany too.
Hmm. I guess you and Miss Juliet have a similar. You guys have similar experiences, and
Yeah.
okay,
So
all right. So this sunset is really, from what you guys are saying, is really something very very important. That if you are staying in university and get that kind of opportunity, just take it. Don't let it go away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
So
need to be
the
prepared.
next question. Hmm?
Yeah.
Did you say something?
No, I was like, the person needs to be prepared because what you are going there to meet, it won't be
That's
easy.
how I play.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to be prepared. It's not a child's
Yeah.
play. Okay. So the next question. If NAGELS had existed earlier, what kind of support would have mattered to you? What kind of support would have what kind of support would have mattered most to you? Okay. So if this NAGELS organization had existed earlier, what kind of support would you have liked from NAGELS?
um, just knowing that there was a whole community just like you that fostered to German learners behind you. Like you know what it means to have like a whole community at your back. So that means that you have the
Mm.
strongest support you could ever require. Just knowing that
Yeah.
it would have been. Sorry, I think the question slipped my mind a little. Okay, yes, that support would have been the greatest support ever. Knowing that you had a big community. If I had known Nagles earlier, I would have been very happy and I would have been opportune to have a community behind me. So the support of a German community that shares the common goals just as you matters a lot.
Okay, okay. Thank you for that. I just feel so right now. Okay, thank you. So, Miss Juliet, what would you say?
Okay. Mm, if the largest community had existed area, I think it would have shaped the learning process of German students because they will they would know like they'll be able to know
Mhm.
what to face, what they are expected to know and to do while in school
Yeah.
and while learning the German language. So it won't be a new thing to them
Mm.
because they have heard from people's experience. So from it, they will learn how to manage their challenges, how to escape from troubles, how to manage their time in learning and every other thing. So with this society, with this community here, I think German learners, both the new and the old ones, they are covered because here you can easily ask questions and get answers immediately. So
Mm.
this is a great community and whoever that organizes this, like a shout out to the person. I really appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you too for that wonderful encouragement. I think this will make not just to push for more. It will make us to look into it, how to help German students worldwide and all that. Okay, thank you so much for your response. Then
Thank you.
the last question. In one sentence, what does success in German really mean to you today?
In one sentence,
Did
but
you
in
get it?
Germany.
Yeah.
No. Please,
The success, the
can you
word
repeat?
success.
Yes.
The question says one sentence, just like one sentence.
Okay.
What does what does success in German
Okay. Mm, feeling
Feeling
like feeling good.
today. Like succeeding in German, what is it? What is it to you?
Okay. Success to me in one sentence is like, to me it's an achievement.
Mhm.
Hello.
Now, I think you have to like speak German. Like, what would you say success is to you? Like, in terms of in the fact that you are succeeding in German language, what is it?
Feeling good.
Okay, an achievement. Okay, so and it you have achieved whatever you wanted with your German, right? Done the school and you're out there training. Maybe like you have gotten what you needed. Hmm?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
I think the network is bad,
I think she's
but
having
I
issue with
also
the
can't hear
network.
her.
So I'm gonna take it off from there. So the question was, in one sentence, what does success in German mean to you? In one sentence, what does success in German mean to you? I mean, you're both German graduates, and you were to like define success
Yeah.
probably to your younger self that got admission to the respective universities to talk about, okay, in the next few years, this is what I'm looking at as a successful German language career or something. So how would you express that in one sentence?
Mm.
Okay. Who's talking?
Mm. Okay, should I talk? I thought you wanted to talk.
Okay.
I mean, Frau Juliet can go first.
Hi.
Frau Juliet, are you there?
Hello,
Hello.
Frau Juliet.
Rubida.
Okay.
Yes, I said you can go first.
Okay. Okay. To me, success in one language, in one sentence, can be achievements or, yeah, achievement. Uh, no.
All right, all right. Thank you for that. Frau Hera.
Yes, I'm here.
So success for you in one sentence.
Um, okay, to me, success is that knowing that I showed up for 4 years, though they were hard, it wasn't easy for me in the University of Ibadan, but I left with something very valuable, a language that I can always carry to me everywhere. It's a very useful skill in the world. And if we are to look at Germany today, Germany is one of the top leading economy in Europe. So knowing a language that carries that much power is something I consider as success. I mean, I could use it in so many places. It's like the key to opening doors.
Okay, thank you very much. And for Juliet, you just said achievements. Can you elaborate on that? Achievements in what sense, in what area, in what sector?
Okay. Like for achievement, I mean, is like with German, me knowing what I studied and what I want. With German and knowing what I've studied, I will be able to achieve my dreams, my goals. like me wanting to take any career and any opportunities that may come my way, I'll be able to achieve it, knowing fully well that I can defend what I studied.
Okay.
I
So,
think so, yeah.
finally, any shout outs to any lecturer, German learning colleague in particular? Let's start with Frau Hera.
Okay, so shout out to Okusende from the University of Ibadan, Okusende Larry. Shout out to Dr. AK from the University of Ibadan. Shout out to Frau Charlotte Sophie Mine, a GAAD worker, but she was in the University of Ibadan as a lecturer. Shout out to Temitayo, he's now in the US. Shout out to who else? Yes, SOLC in the University of Ibadan. He finished in OAU and now works in Ibadan as a lecturer. And shout out to my parents for always supporting me.
Oh, that's
And
quite.
shout out to me too for never giving up.
I mean, definitely. That's quite the list. And Frau Juliet, any shout out?
Okay, yes, many of them. So I will start to shout out to my lecturer, Mrs. Ngozi Obodo. Shout out to my other lecturer, Mrs. Mary Dorin Uzoma. Shout out to my HOD for the encouragement, Mr. Warupem. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to all my lecturers. And shout out to myself for not giving up too. I thank God.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us on this session. There are no questions from the audience, but thank you for your time. Thank you for honoring the invitation and sharing your experience. And our wonderful hosts, any final words?
Yeah, I really want to appreciate you all, the two speakers, wonderfully great. Definitely, I just like learned a lot of things, even though I have passed through that phase. Was things I had from you guys that actually encouraged me. If I am to speak to anybody about Jama as a life with my students, I would have things to say. Though I didn't experience, but from what you guys said, I have insights on what to say. So thank you guys for coming and sharing your thoughts and your experience. That was a great deal to us and also to other German students who are maybe going through one or two issues in school. Thank you guys.
So we call it a
Thank you.
wrap here. Till next time. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Ah. Oh, well.